and pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
858-988-7477. 858-988-7477. 858-988-7477. That's 858-988-7477.
ESPN Blacksburg is W226AT Christiansburg, WPIN AM Dublin, and W246CR Christiansburg. It's time for the Hokie House pregame show. Join the guys right now at Hokie House for complete analysis of today's Virginia Tech football game. Now let's head upstairs at Hokie House for the show.
It is the Hokie House pregame show on your local radio station. We are ESPN Blacksburg. My name is Paul Van Wagner. The Brick, Cody Miller, is here today.
What's good?
Did you steal that shirt from Frank Merritt 25 years ago?
I did not, but I could see how you'd say that.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, no doubt about that. The voice of the fan, Dave Perks, also here with us. How are you?
I'm good.
Did you recover? Like, I got it. Can I tell the people?
Sure.
Okay. Well, actually, you tell the story. You were in Europe, right?
I was in Sitges, Spain, which is just below Barcelona.
Uh-huh.
And we were out with some coworkers, and
All right.
God, Frank just totally threw me off.
I know,
my game
right?
there.
Right.
That was unexpected.
Oddly aroused.
So
by
anyhow,
that.
we were out, and it was an outdoor bar, and the step in was off of a paved street. The step out was onto cobblestones. I totally missed the cobblestone curb and went down on my face and spent 2 hours in the ER in Sitges, Spain.
Okay.
Can confirm that international medicine is pretty quick and also very affordable.
Okay.
Came out with 3 stitches and half of a front tooth. The stitches are healing up nicely. Actually, the stitches are out. The lip is healing up nicely, and now I just have to finish getting the work done on the tooth.
The good news for you is you weren't pretty to start with.
No.
So, like, it's
I've
not like
always
you
had
really...
a face for radio. Last week, that face wasn't working very well still, so I didn't even have a face for radio last week.
Fair. That's fair. Oh, man. Well, we hope you heal up and you're all better. We missed you last week. And
I'll say that, Uncle Frank probably described the dangers of cobblestones best.
Yeah.
When he said they'll get after you.
That's fair. Yeah. That is fair. Yeah, it's definitely, you got to watch out for that, especially when you're not used to the uneven terrain.
That's right.
So last week.
Happened.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing, right? Exactly what I thought was going to happen happened. Virginia Tech stayed with West Virginia for 3 quarters. You can't leave your defense out there on the field for, hang on just a second, let me get the exact number for you if I can. You can't leave your defense out there on the field for the majority of the minutes.
Yeah, almost all of them.
38 minutes, 44 seconds, West Virginia had the ball. 21 minutes, 16 seconds, Virginia Tech had the ball. Mm-hmm. You can't leave your defense out there. I don't care who your defense is. I don't care if it's Virginia Tech. I don't care if it's Ohio State, Alabama. That time of possession can't be that lopsided.
Right.
And you expect your defense in the fourth quarter to still have the juice to do what they did. They kept it as close as they could for as long as they could.
Yeah.
And eventually it just kind of wore on.
It fell apart. And, God bless the defense for trying to get the offensive line some rest during the game. But that's not the way to do it by being on the field for almost 40 minutes. That's for sure. But, I think it's going to be one of those things that we'll probably see all year. We just don't have the depth right now to hang. I think the starting line on the for the offensive line went the distance and never came out. That can't happen.
Right.
So, things fell apart, and hopefully that won't happen again today.
Future Town Councilman Frank Merritt making an appearance today at the Hokie House pregame show. Officially endorsed by Tim Thomas, owner-operator of Tech Lunch Pail, but not Tech Lunch Pail itself. So I'm going to put Jeremy Counts, owner-operator of Main Street Pharmacy, on the spot. Oh. Will you officially endorse Frank Merritt for Town?
Me and the business officially endorse Frank Merritt. I'm putting it out there. I'm breaking precedents. And the business will endorse Frank Merritt.
Good. We were worried about that. Now we know, and we're happy about it. Jeremy, the game, I mean, it was what it was. Like Dave and I were talking about, right? The defense kept the team in there for as long as they possibly could, and eventually you just you wear down. Penalties once again became a serious issue.
Yeah, I mean, well, also most of the penalties were on the defense, but also they were doing all the work. They get a break on that one. They were beat by the end of it. It all stems from the fact that we cannot move the ball, and it comes down to a new scheme on the offensive line, and it's going to take time, but we're going to have to figure out something this season if we're going to want to actually win some ball games. And it's going to come down to the offensive line. You get the offensive line doing better, we'll have a better running game. We can open things up a little more in the passing game. It won't be so much pressure on Wills.
It would be nice if our plan wasn't also to rely on the offensive line to open holes in the middle throughout the entire game, because they can't do it.
No,
right.
No,
I mean, we've got the evidence. They can't do it. We need to split everybody out.
If you
That's
look,
the only way to get it going.
there was so much miscommunication. People
Yeah.
were blasted through holes untouched. And it's like, oh, man, he should have hit that wide open receiver. But he had two defenders barreling down on him. Like, you're not going to get a good throw that way.
I mean, at this point, I feel really comfortable saying Grant Wells is not the issue.
Right.
Like, I mean, in the whole grand scheme, is Grant Wells great? No, he's not great. He's good. He's an adequate college quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But to Jeremy's point, if you got two guys barreling down on you untouched, right, and you can't run the ball to give yourself any sort of time, play, like nobody has to nobody has to account for play action, right? Like, oh, well, all right, we're gonna we're gonna blow right through there, and
that's right.
We're gonna smoke your quarterback. I mean, I
not
feel
a great plan.
No, it really isn't. I feel comfortable saying Grant Wells isn't the issue at all. Cody Miller here with us today. What's the word amongst the students? How are you all feeling about this? Does it not matter as long as you get to Tots by the time the third quarter starts? Are you good? Like, what's the rule there?
Tots is more of an upperclassman thing. But
Okay.
I don't know. A lot of the people I've been hanging around, they just like kind of stop caring. They like already given up. Which, I mean, those are people that don't really care that much about football.
Sure.
But the rest
They're
of them,
pickleball players.
Okay. All right. That's enough of that. Hey, LeBron James is a pickleball team now. How do you feel about that?
That's enough of that.
Yeah, you're right. It's similar to what we saw in the Boston College game. The defense held up for a majority of the game, and then Zay Flowers started getting loose. So we didn't see that with necessarily one player from West Virginia, but just the team as a whole it started getting broken down. And Jeremy said it too. We can't, or I think that I don't remember who it was, but we can't. We can't just open up holes in the middle with our offensive line. We can't do it. We keep trying to establish the run game, but we're going to need to find another way to get that going, because trying to run the ball up the middle is not working at all, and it's getting us in these second and third and longs where Grant Wells has to be a really good quarterback, which he's not a really good quarterback. Yeah, right.
Well, and kind of to Cody's point, this almost feels, and I hate to make this comparison because it's not the same thing, but it feels like Georgia Tech when they were running the triple option, right? As long as they stay on schedule, the offense is okay. But if you get 2nd and 10, you're screwed.
Yeah.
You're screwed because you need, 3 good plays to make the first down. You're not going to get chunk plays with this offense.
I mean, it feels like that. It's just different paths to get to that feeling.
Yeah. Right. Also, similar to the triple option, once we get down 10 points or 14 points, it's really hard for us to come back with the way our offense is constructed at the moment.
I think we could take a few lessons from the triple option at this point. If we do not have the personnel on the offensive line to do what we need to, we might need to rely on a little bit more misdirection. I'm not saying full triple option.
Right.
But I mean, look at what Kansas did the other night.
Yeah.
Like, throw out some plays like that to make them almost have to respect the run game at least. Throw some misdirection in there. This is a talented offensive line. They're adapting to a new scheme. There's experience there. We just have to figure out how to make it work. And maybe if we did that, it'd take a little pressure off.
I think it comes down to creativity. Yeah. Like I've just seen if you know you don't have the personnel and you want to win games, you got to come up with something, and it's got to be unexpected every now and then. It's got to be, something that isn't on film already. Sit down, spend some time, figure it out. Yeah.
Well, and Virginia, I mean, just kind of piling on here in the most positive way possible, I guess. West Virginia ran 76 plays in that game. Virginia Tech Virginia Tech ran 75. The problem was that Virginia Tech on the run game. No, I'm sorry. Virginia Tech did not run 75. They ran, I don't do math. That's about 52 plays, something like that. But West Virginia, 230 yards on the ground. Virginia Tech, 45. Keshawn King was a non-factor, 6 carries, 6 yards. I mean this in the best possible way. Jeremy could get 6 yards on 6 carries.
I could.
Yeah. He's kind of a stud. Chance Black has been.
I'd probably do 7.
It's true.
That's possible. That's possible. Chance Black has been a no-show for the Hokies. They got to figure out something with him. And, so they've been relying on Jalen Holston, who, once again, if you need 4 yards, Jalen Holston's going to get you 4 yards. If you need 6 yards, Jalen Holston's going to get you 4 yards. Yep. Like, we've been saying this since he started playing for the Hokies. So it's not like none of this is surprising, I guess, at this point.
True.
All right, let's do this. Let's take a break. John has asked a question about whether or not the Hokies can score points or whether or not they can stop Drake May. We'll address that coming up. You're listening to the Hokie House pregame show on your local radio station. We are ESPN Blacksburg.
Is it wrong that we want you all to ourselves? Share in the sports love right here.
ESPN Blacksburg, 93.1, 810. 97.1 and online at espnblacksburg.com.
Technology. We all use it. Most of the time, we love it. However, if your computer begins to make noises that just don't sound right or are downright scary, it's time to call Paul. Do you ever hear this? Or how about this? From time to time, does your computer make this noise? Or have you ever booted up your machine to the wonderful sounds of this? If the answer is yes, it's time to call Paul. What do you get when you call Paul? You get affordable, quality IT support for personal computers, small businesses, and nonprofits. They have size-based service packages for every type and size of business. They're on call when you need them, and they're ready to serve you. Check them out today at acertech.com. That's AESIR-tech.com. Your IT problems are our trusted solutions.
Let's face it, we don't really ever want you to get into an auto accident, but the reality is it could happen. If it does, Mako in Blacksburg is your one-stop shop for all your collision repair needs. From a minor fender bender to a major wreck, Mako will get you back on the road and get your car looking like brand new. Mako in downtown Blacksburg will work with all insurance companies and will handle your claim from estimate to completion. Check out how easy it can be to get your car back at Mako.com. That's Mako.com.
I love America, but I do still get a bit wonky driving on the right side of the road. That is when I'm not parked somewhere for days on end, waiting around for Mr. Thinks He's Special to decide it's time to go somewhere. Well, the joke's on him today. I mean, who buys a car and never once lifts the bonnet to see what's going on inside? I'm not a lemon. I'm uncared for, cold-shouldered. So I apologize, sir, but today we will be going nowhere.
What is your car trying to say to you? Log on to happycarsgoplaces.com. Campus Automotive. Happy cars, go places.
Let's talk about your home. Maybe it feels just a little too quiet and big now that everyone is out of the house. Or perhaps it's just a little too close to it all, or not close enough. Whatever the reason, if it's important to you, it's important to all of us here at Nest Realty. Whether you need a larger space or a smaller one closer in, or just one a little farther away, we'd be honored to help. You can check us out today at nestrealtynrv.com. We'd love to help you live where you love and move forward.
Unwanted bugs sending your anxiety into overtime? This is Jay Tucker, Hokie alum and branch manager of Pest Management Services, Inc. As a 32-year-old family-owned and operated business, PMSI is proud to serve as the official pest control partner of the Hokies. We are always on the defense against general pests, mosquitoes, bed bugs, stink bugs, termites, wildlife, and even mold. For a free inspection, visit our website at mypmsi.com. That's mypmsi.com.
Tonight we're gonna raise a whole lot more than can, cause there's money in the bank and tomorrow Saturday. So if they pass that bid, the jack this way, I turn it up, down, up, down, up, down.
It's the Hokie House pregame show on your local radio station. We are ESPN Blacksburg, and a good Saturday afternoon to all of you. Paul Van Wagner, Cody Miller, Dave Perks. Jeremy's just making it a thing now where, like, every segment he rolls in late, I'm guessing.
There you go.
Well, he's just taking shots.
He's nothing if not consistent.
Yeah, that is fair. That is very fair. So the game today, Virginia Tech versus UNC. Dave, Virginia Tech, 2-0 so far in Hurricane games in the tenure of Virginia Tech.
Right.
My understanding is that there was like a 2003 game in Texas. Is that right? Does that sound right? Okay.
All right.
And then there was, of course, the North Carolina game a couple of years ago. So, I mean, if you're a Hokie fan, you feel good about this, right? Hurricanes are where we thrive, baby.
You know, there's nothing like an equalizer, right?
Right.
To tip the scales in your favor.
Well, and I think that's a great point, right? Because John on the Voice College Football page, by the way, we're streaming the show today not only on ESPN Blacksburg, ESPNBlacksburg.com, the ESPN Blacksburg app, but we're also live video on the Voice of College Football page. You can feel free to join us on there. We would love to have you as part of the show. John asks, Will VT finally put up 30 points, and can they stop Drake May? And you guys both answered that at the beginning, so go ahead, gentlemen.
Well, so the early version of that question didn't say, will they put up 30 points? Yeah. It said, will they score?
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if we're going to get to 30 by any means, but I do think that with the conditions, and I mean, I don't know, I've got some confidence in our defensive guys up front to be able to limit Drake May.
I think the weather itself could potentially really limit Drake May, Jeremy. I mean, it's hard to throw the ball accurately, even like if there's no rain, right? It's still going to be sloppy. That's going to play a factor.
Yes, and they are so soft.
Yeah.
UNC is so soft. They're always soft. Playing in the mud, getting mud on their little powder blue uniforms. They're not like that. No, I think the weather's going to help us in this one. As far as our offense, if we can't put up 20-plus points on UNC's defense, it's going to be a much longer season than we thought.
Yeah.
I do like their bow tie chin straps, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is the game where we see the true capability of our offense, like what we can actually do when we're under the pressure of a defense that's not exactly
not good.
They're
not good.
Right.
I mean, this isn't us bashing UNC.
Yeah.
Like, look at the stat line.
Yeah, they just aren't.
They're not good.
So, like, when we play them, we're going to need to show that we can run the ball. We're going to need to show that we have a balanced offense that can actually construct a drive and go 80 yards and score a touchdown. And if not, we will be looking at a very long season.
Yeah. I mean, so we're kind of at a point, too, and I don't want to put the cart in front of the horse, guys, but we're at a point now in the season where this was kind of the murderer's row for Virginia Tech the entire month of October. We got North Carolina. We got to go to Pitt next weekend. Then we play Miami here. Then we have a bye week, and then we have to go to NC State for a Thursday night game. Now, I don't know what Thursday night at NC State looks like. I know it's probably not anywhere near Thursday night at Lane Stadium.
They have a pretty good scene down there, though.
Do they?
Yeah. Their tailgate scene is fantastic.
NC State fans are great.
Really good.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So, if you're Virginia Tech, though, you got to steal one of these games. Now, whether it be this game, whether it be the Pitt game on the road, and we know traditionally Virginia Tech doesn't play well in Pittsburgh. It's, I believe, to paraphrase Bud Foster, it's where dreams go to die. And then, you got Miami. I don't know about NC State. NC State seems like the real deal. That could be a butt whooping, and I'm just kind of preparing everyone for that now. So somewhere along the lines, if you're Virginia Tech, in order to make a bowl game this year, you're going to need to win one of these games, because otherwise you have to go 4-0 on the way out of the season. And I just don't know that that's possible with this team.
I think today and the Miami game are our two best bets.
Yeah.
Yep. I think we'll come out 2-2.
Yeah.
I'm going to predict this and win every one of them, but we'll come out 2-2. Miami, by that time, I think the wheels will have fallen off. I don't think
it's very possible.
Yeah.
It's very possible. So be interesting to see kind of how that all plays out. But it's there's obviously a lot to think about and a lot going on here for the Hokies. So you look at this offense for UNC. And I have the ESPN Power Index up here right now. Now, Power Index tends to not exactly be 100% accurate. However, Vegas tends to be a little bit more accurate. Power Index right now says 79.7% in favor of the Tar Heels. I don't know that it's going to be that. If it goes UNC's way, and I'm not 100% convinced that it's going to go UNC's way, I don't know that it's going to go UNC's way that big, guys.
Yeah, those rankings, like they've probably still got last year's basketball ones up for like they do them once and they just kind of sit there.
That's fair. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I mean that may have been a reasonable prediction preseason.
Right.
I don't think it's as much right now.
Yeah, UNC. I think they're a lot worse than people thought they'd be. Which I think they weren't going to be great this year, but a lot of people tend to do overrate them. I don't think Drake May's honestly all that great right now. I think he'd probably be great later.
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to be able to carry them, especially in the rain. I don't think it's going to be that lopsided. If we lose, I think it's going to be a whole lot closer. I don't see UNC's players or their fans really staying in this one all that long.
Well, and Dave's going to love that I bring this up because he loves recruiting. He thinks that that's just the greatest thing ever in college.
It's an exact science. I think it's amazing.
It really is. But when you look at this game, right, this is interesting from a recruiting standpoint because UNC is pillaging kids out of the 757, right? Yeah. And maybe not so much on the offensive side of the ball, but on the defensive side of the ball, if Virginia Tech can show up and play with UNC and maybe steal this game, now you walk in there as a coach, right? And you say to these kids, look, we understand that the Jordan brand is cool and the powder blue uniforms are great and you're only 2 hours from home, blah, 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 all of that stuff, right, that UNC sells to these kids in the 757. But you aren't winning games.
Yep.
Right? So why don't you come across the Commonwealth to Virginia Tech and let's win some games?
See, I think, undeniably Mac Brown can recruit.
Sure.
See it all the time. But Mac Brown struggles with retention, and if he continues to put the same results on the field that he's doing now,
right,
there's absolutely a second wave of recruiting that can be done. I mean, even on the field after the game, if it's, if you want to, right? Coaches can say, hey, still got your number.
Yeah. Text me.
Mm-hmm.
Call me.
Yeah. Why not?
Right, exactly. And there is no bones about it, right? There is some talent.
Sure.
On the UNC.
There's been talent going to Miami.
Yeah, it's just like Miami. It's wasted. There's money flowing through UNC right now. Mm-hmm. And I know of a player that was going to go to UGA in transfer portal but stayed there because his dad got $70K. So, there's money flowing through there. It's going to keep them around, but they're just wasting their time.
Great point. And I guess now is a good time to address this. Is it better now that at least nobody's hiding the fact that money is flowing to these kids, right? Like back when you were in school, Dave, I was in school, Jeremy was in school, before Cody was in school, right? Like we all kind of knew, but nobody was really saying anything.
Yeah, but it was all shells and rocks back then. It was a very ancient system of payment, so it was easier to hide.
That's system true. Still goes on. There's a lot going on under the table.
Oh, yeah.
I think Dabo isn't still laundering a bunch of money through that church. There's a lot of stuff happening.
They definitely have the deluxe, set up for never mind.
Yeah. they don't even have to follow the few rules we have for NIL, and there's not many.
None.
Yeah, I get paid in NFTs for my my NIL deal for pickleball.
Yeah,
I get paid in NFTs. Yeah,
okay.
It's pretty great.
Okay. But I mean, it's one of those things now that at least we're acknowledging and openly acknowledging that it's happening, right? Like I've talked to former players that haven't, like, not even that long ago players that are like, yeah, I mean, I got a couple $200, $400, $500 handshakes at a post game mixer. You know what I mean? Like, and that was frowned upon back then. And now it's just like, now you just, I mean, a business owner, and I'll use Jeremy, for example, because he is a business owner here.
Somehow.
Well.
I did it.
Accidentally. But yes, Jeremy can roll up and be like, I want to support these players. And here you go, right? Like, so, I mean, at least now there's the transparency. At least now when we say money is flowing through UNC. Like, it's not just us being dinks about it and being like, oh, we know this is happening, but nobody can prove it. Everyone knows.
Everyone knows that.
Yeah. All right, quick break. When we come back, there's a lot of games going on around college football this week, including Michigan up on Iowa right now. How about that, Cody Miller? Huh? How excited on a scale of 9 to 10?
Don't act like you're surprised.
How excited are you about that?
It should be more than 10-0 in the first half.
It's fine.
Don't act
It's
like you're
fine.
not impressed.
It's fine. They're doing just fine. Win and move on. That's the key right there. Hopefully the Hokies do that too. We'll go through a bunch of these games. We'll talk about what we expect, what we're hoping, what we want to see from them. Plus, we're going to make our picks. We've gone to a percentage system now because guys are missing pregame shows and we've got things going on. So we're going to a percentage system. So I'll give you an update on where we're at with our picks. We're also live on the Voice of College Football page. If you'd like to follow along there, feel free. You can ask questions there. You can also text us on the the Main Street Pharmacy text line. That number is 866-961-1430. Shoot us a text message today as we get you ready for Virginia Tech and UNC. We are live at Hokie House. Come on out. Say hi. You are listening to the Hokie House pregame show on your local radio station. We are ESPN Blacksburg.
Turn it up. The only sports station that matters.
ESPN Blacksburg and ESPNBlacksburg.com. Too many people live with some form of physical pain on a daily basis. At South Main Chiropractic in Blacksburg, we are dedicated to improving the overall health of our patients, young and old. Dr. Chris Belluzzo provides complete care for patients dealing with low back pain, sports injuries, auto injuries, neck pain, and more. Not only does South Main Chiropractic design a custom treatment plan for you based on your individual results, they also design their office hours to fit your schedule. Plus, with complimentary on-site parking, easy access to and from the Blacksburg Transit, and a location just 5 blocks from the Virginia Tech campus, it's always easy to get your appointment. So there's no reason to wake up or go to bed in pain one more day. Visit southmainchiro.com to make an appointment now.
Hi, this is Dr. Chris Belluzzo from South Main Chiropractic Clinic. We don't want to see people struggling with pain. If you're looking for relief, check us out at southmainchiro.com to set up an appointment.
Is your helmet safe? How would you know? All helmets sold in the USA are certified on a simple pass-fail basis, so it's very difficult to compare helmets. One easy and great way to tell the difference is by going to the Virginia Tech Helmet Lab's website. They've been researching concussions and helmet performance for the past 15 years. They now have ratings for bike helmets, football helmets, hockey, soccer, flag football, youth football, snow sports, and getting ready to add new sports soon. Check them out at vt.edu/helmet.
When it's time to move, think Jefferson Apartments. Their roomy 1, 2, and 3-bedroom apartments have high-speed internet, air conditioning, and laundry facilities in each building. Stop by and check out their various floor plans. With the help of their friendly office staff, you can find the right apartment to match your style and budget. Locally owned and operated, Jefferson Apartments is on the quiet side of town. Jefferson Apartments, 614 Washington Street, Blacksburg, 552-4252.
Hi, everyone. This is Paul Van Wagner. You may already know, but back in April of 2021, I started a quest to lose weight. I was over 265 pounds, and I just didn't feel healthy. I made a lot of changes in my life, including my fitness routine. I made a serious commitment to get back into the gym at Blacksburg Boxing and Fitness. Kevin, Brant, and the entire staff were all very supportive of my journey. By working out roughly 3 times a week, I've been able to lose over 50 pounds. It hasn't been easy, but I'm proud to say I've stuck with it, and I'm still going strong. If you'd like to make a change this year, not only in your health, but your fitness and your whole life, I encourage you to try out Blacksburg Boxing and Fitness. I'm stronger, more confident, and less stressed because I did. I know you can too.
Hi, this is Kevin Bowen, owner of Blacksburg Boxing and Fitness. If you're ready to change your own life in 2022, stop by and check us out today. We are located at 115 South Hill Drive in Blacksburg, and we'd love to have you try out our free complimentary week. I promise you won't regret it. You can sign up online for that free week at blacksburgboxingfitness.com. Blacksburg Boxing and Fitness, where everybody's worth fighting for.
There's an Elvis movie on the marquee sign. We've all seen at least 3 times. Everybody's broke, Bobby's got a buck. Put $1 for the gas in his pickup truck. We're going 90 miles an hour down a dead-end road. What's a hurry, son?
It's the Hokie House pregame show on your local radio station. We are ESPN Blacksburg, and a good Saturday afternoon to all of you. My name is Paul Van Wagner, the Brett Cody Miller, hanging out with me right now, looking at some ACC games around the region. And how about this? You ready?
Okay.
Boston College right now, 3:13 left in the second quarter, leading Louisville 21-16. Boston College is playing with 2 starting offensive linemen and 3 kids that they picked up out of the weightlifting program.
Oh, okay.
Like at their
So that's why the spread was like 14.5.
Yeah,
Okay.
at their rec center. Like, and
I was going to take Boston College anyway.
Boston
That's
College
ridiculous.
currently leading. Now, Louisville is driving, and it looks like they have the ball first and goal on the 2-yard line. But, guys, this is Louisville, right? Like, they show up one week, and they kick the living crap out of somebody, win like 40-3, and then they take on a Boston College team, and it's a close game. Boston College currently leading the game. Like, I don't even know what to think about this Louisville team.
They're all over the place. Malik Cunningham 1 week. Yeah, it's just I feel like it revolves around him.
Mhm.
Whether the defense can contain him or not. And I didn't think Boston College would really be able to, but I mean he does have 2 rushing touchdowns, so I don't know. Are they not? It's tough to say, but I guess Louisville's defense is not holding their own.
I 100% called this all week.
Did you really?
Yes. I 100% did. I said Boston College would do it.
I didn't
because
hear it.
Louisville is due for a really bad beatdown.
I mean, yes, I can 100% see that. I'm just like the Boston College team that we saw here in Lane
They're
Stadium
terrible.
leads me to not think that there's any reason why they should be winning games.
Yeah, but every once in a while, they have a lot of talent on that
They
team.
do. That's fair.
And you think Flowers isn't going to like somehow just like have a game one time?
Well, he hasn't yet.
He's going to though.
I mean, he hasn't yet in this game.
Yeah, there's enough talent there to where someone can just like pop off and have a good game. And in the ACC, if you have one player having an insane game, that could be enough. Look at what happened with the one-time UVA beat us in the past 2 decades.
Yeah.
He has 1 catch for 22 yards.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's it.
in the pump for a decent day.
Well, I mean,
so far he's averaging 22 yards a catch.
And the thing is with Zay Flowers, right? Like, what? It's a patience thing because we saw it against Virginia Tech, right? Like, he's gonna get his catches, he's going to get open, he's going to make plays. You just have to if you're Boston College, you have to be patient and you have to try to get the ball to him.
That's a rush.
Yeah,
that was a rush.
Was it a run?
It's one run for 22 yards. He has 2 catches,
that's right,
59 yards, and a
Okay.
touchdown.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
he caught a 57-yard bomb, so he's already gotten loose.
Yeah.
Oh, well, look at Jeremy.
See there? Every now and again, a blind squirrel gets a nut. That's how that goes.
You're my hero, Jeremy.
Looking around the rest of the ACC, big ranked matchup today. Wake Forest at Florida State. I love me some Wake Forest boys. Chase Muma is my guy. Defensive analyst, assistant coach for the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. The Chase Muma factor, best ranking of any quarterback in Virginia Tech history.
Yes,
with at least one
true.
pass.
Yep.
At least one.
At least one pass. That's the caveat. Do we believe in Florida State right now?
I think they're good. I think
I
Wake's
think
better.
they're good.
Really? Wake's better.
I think Wake's better.
Really?
I do too.
Now, is Wake better or is Sam Hartman better, and therefore Wake is better?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I just want to clarify, and that's fine. Like, I mean, that's college football, right? Like, go back to the Mike Vick era here at Virginia Tech, right? Like, Mike Vick was a bleeping difference maker, right?
Yes.
Like,
We also had a very solid team around him.
Well,
he was just
yes.
that X factor that just
The catalyst,
crushed
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yesterday, by the way, today in sports history, yesterday was the Mike Vick Boston College game where he took that 80-yard run. That makes Jeremy smile.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made us pay.
2 things. 1, Matt Ryan. 2, Danny Cole didn't catch that ball.
Oh my God.
What?
Yeah, I was
What?
waiting for that. Anytime Boston College comes up, poke
Poke the bear. We're going to make picks in just a little while.
Poke the bear at me.
Wagner at Syracuse. The Syracuse, another team, guys. Are we buying Syracuse right now?
Not yet.
No.
Not yet?
No.
I had this discussion on Twitter with a Syracuse fan. He was like, why are we the worst undefeated team? And Mike McDaniel was actually talking to me. It's just like, because of these reasons. And they were worked up, but it's like, you really are.
Yeah.
Like, maybe you'll get better and maybe you'll keep winning games, but I just don't see it.
I mean, the thing is if you're Syracuse, right? If you're Florida State, I mean, Clemson's a different animal. NC State, just looking at undefeated teams. I mean, if you look at like the Kansas Jayhawks, right? Win those games that are in front of you that you're supposed to win. Now, this is where Virginia Tech has struggled, right? I mean, you look at ODU. I mean, I hate to rip the scab off and kind of pour Jameson alcohol into the open wound. But you look at the ODU game. That's a good way to spin it. You look at that ODU game, right? Like that's a game that Virginia Tech should have won. They didn't, and so now you got to play catch up. The thing with Syracuse is they're at least winning those games that they're supposed to win. The games on paper where you go, okay, you're the better team. They're coming out and they're actually winning those games.
Yes.
So I don't know. I mean,
they're barely winning them.
But they're winning them.
They're still winning.
Yeah,
they're still winning them. They haven't played a ranked team yet.
No.
Let me look.
They
here.
played UConn, which is one
They
of the
did play
10 worst
UConn.
teams in all of FBS football.
That's true. Michigan beat UConn by even more than Syracuse did.
I took
They
that
beat
bet.
Louisville though, and again, I mean,
It's just if Louisville has a good week or not. With the Louisville is very inconsistent.
Sure, I get
So,
that.
I don't know how much merit that game has. Maybe if they play them in week 3 or
Does
week
it have
4.
Tina Merritt, Frank Merritt, or Graham Merritt?
Future town councilman.
Future
Frank
town
Merritt.
councilman.
Yes,
Frank
that
Merritt,
kind of
yeah.
merit.
Yeah.
But I don't know how much.
That's some legit merit right there.
I don't know how much
merit.
pull that has, given that they played them in week 1, because any team in week 1 is just kind of a toss up.
But they beat Purdue.
A very.
I mean, if you win a game against a Big Ten team, like
Okay,
that's
sure.
That's
Yeah, I'll
that's
give
a legit Power 5 opponent, right?
Remember when they said
And
that
then they beat. And then, good God, the
We
Penn
are.
State people are
We
here.
are.
Oh, good grief. The Penn State people are here. Goodness gracious. They took a wrong turn somewhere. And then they beat UVA, which,
barely.
I mean, but you still win the game.
I'm all about how you win, not if you win.
But, okay.
I'm about winning.
Look
Ugly, whatever.
Look at my Michigan Wolverines, right? The teams that they've played so far outside of Maryland last week were absolute dreck.
Well, Maryland's a solid team.
Maryland's a solid team, but that's what I'm saying. Outside of Maryland, they're absolute dreck. Like, I feel like Syracuse has played a way tougher schedule than Michigan has, and they have the exact same. They're both 4-0.
Okay.
Like, now, do I believe that if they played head-to-head, Syracuse would beat Michigan? No, I don't. But, like, I mean, you got to give something to Syracuse for the fact that they have played 4 decent-ish.
Three decent.
Three decent.
We're not putting UConn anywhere near decent.
All right.
2.5.
2.5. Okay, that's
Sure.
right. Is UVA the half?
No, I think UVA, Purdue, and Louisville, you all combine them for 2.
Yeah.
They're all like they're all like
okay,
close to like
plus.
70% of a decent team.
Okay. All right. That's fair. So, bottom line, I guess, are we not buying Syracuse right now? Is that?
Not yet.
I'm not.
Okay. All right.
I really got to see what they do against Wagner today.
Sorry, Orange fans. I tried to make it work for you.
Yeah.
NC State takes on Clemson. Now, guys, top 10 matchup here.
Game day.
Yeah, this is a big one. ABC's there. This is the game. I don't know that I'm 100% in the Clemson corner now.
Nope, I'm not.
NC State. Wake should have beat Clemson.
Yeah.
I think NC State's better than Wake.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
I mean,
it's going to be a much different game. Clemson's defense obviously didn't show up when they played Wake Forest at all.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be on the lower scoring end. I think there's going to be a lot of field goals, especially from the Clemson side, because I think NC State's red zone defense especially is really good.
Yeah.
And we know that DJ is, I don't know.
Well, and that
Well,
was
he
going to
looked good
be
last week, but once again, Wake Forest defense.
That was going to be my question, right? Is DJ, is this the game where if you're Clemson, if you're Dabo Swinney, and even if you win this game, but it's not in the Clemson way of winning this game, that you kind of start to look at DJ and go, All right, maybe it's time to make a change at quarterback. Jeremy, you're shaking your head no. You think they're rolling with DJ the whole way?
I think you couldn't judge him off of this game. NC State's legitimate. Like, they're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Like, why would you make a quarterback switch if you lost this game, especially if he comes out and he actually plays a decent game? Like, people love these quarterback controversies, but, I mean, at this point, DJ, he's had some good games. I don't think that's something that you switch up, especially mid-season.
Yeah, I don't think you look at it as this game is the one to decide whether you get rid of him. I think this is the game to decide whether he's legit or not, because they haven't played any team that's challenged him the way this NC State defense will. So I think even if they come close to winning this game and he plays a solid game, then I'll say, okay, you deserve to be a starting quarterback.
All right, let me ask you guys this, and I'm just going to throw this out there. Dave likes to use this term. I'm just going to throw this out there into the void. Let's say DJ has a bad game, and Dabo replaces him, and DJ jumps into the transfer portal. Do you want him here at Virginia Tech?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And I don't know that is even in the cards, but
it's not.
Is that more of an indictment of where Virginia Tech is at, though, with the quarterback position?
I still think he can be a decent quarterback. Like, that's the thing. You lose against NC. There's an entire season there. They're not going to switch it up and put in a new quarterback. That would be insane. Now, you drop 2. He absolutely starts looking bad against bad teams. Then you might do that. But, I mean, Dabo, as much as I hate him, he's not dumb.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Duke at Virginia. I'm sorry, no, Virginia at Duke.
Mm-hmm.
In a game where everyone at this table, I think, can agree. I want both teams to lose.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I don't mind it as much for football. Like, if it were basketball,
okay.
100%, yeah. But, like, Duke has always been such a non-factor that it's hard to think of them as, like, somebody that I just can't stand seeing them win.
Right.
In this game, especially, like, if you beat UVA, let's take another notch back out of the Brennan Armstrong conversation. I'm all for that.
Okay. All right. That's fair.
I think Armstrong's still good. He doesn't have anything around him.
He doesn't. I'll be honest with you guys.
He doesn't have the wheels to do it on his own.
No, he doesn't.
I actually feel bad for Brennan Armstrong, because I think if Brennan Armstrong was, let's say, at Virginia Tech, right? Like, he legitimately could have.
But he's not. He's at UVA.
He's
so
not.
You know
I
made that choice.
I know. But, like, I mean, okay, pick any other school. If he was at Illinois, if he was at Kansas, if he was at Kentucky, right? Like, I think Brennan Armstrong could have one of those seasons where it's like, holy crap, like, this dude legitimately.
The season he was supposed to have.
Right, exactly. Exactly. But because he is at UVA, a school that doesn't give a bleep about football, if you're a UVA fan, don't even come at us, because like, there is decades and decades of proof that you all don't give a bleep about football, right? You may care less about football than Duke does.
Right.
So,
especially over the last 10, 12 years.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, so I actually kind of feel bad for Brennan Armstrong.
Yeah.
He made a bad decision. No. I mean, I don't even know if it was a bad decision. Like, he made the decision that he thought was right for him, but like, it turns out, maybe this isn't the place for me.
Yeah, well, I don't like him. So
okay,
that's kind of look like him, Jeremy.
That's fair.
Oh yeah, I get that.
Really?
Do you actually?
Oh, a little bit. Being
really
read both. Yeah, it's a thing.
Huh?
Believe it or not.
I mean, I
do
kind of think he looks like Brennan Armstrong.
Hold on. I'm stopping the show here.
Just
Make
dye
him look like a hobbit.
Dye your hair. No, not in that picture.
Not in that picture. Okay.
We need.
Is it that one right there?
Yeah.
Give him curly hair.
I mean, he's already got curly.
No,
Yeah,
I mean like hobbit hair.
This is fascinating for everyone listening.
No, I don't even care. I've digressed for a moment. You need to come around and look at this. Like, it is very uncanny.
If
like
anyone
that.
listening wants to look up a picture of Brennan Armstrong.
Yeah.
And then take a look at Jeremy on the
I'm
stream.
Jeremy.
I mean,
Georgia Tech at Pitt, guys. Pitt ranked 24th in the nation.
cares?
Georgia Tech ranked maybe like 134th in the nation. How many college football teams are there? Power 5, 131's the answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
This should be an absolute
Yes.
butt kicking.
Yep. 100%.
And if it's not, then what? What do we say about Pitt?
Then it's one of those deals where Pitt came in thinking, oh, like, we're just going to walk through this. And then they found out that there are actually big dudes on the other side of the ball that
Yeah, what if Pitt wins like 34-20?
I don't think so here's my thought on this. Georgia Tech doesn't score that many points, right? So if this game is going to be close, this game is going to be 17-14 or something weird like that, right? Like 14-9, something kind of goofy like that. I mean,
gross.
it's going to be an ugly game.
Ugh.
I feel like at the end
Alabama
of this,
LSU special.
right? Yeah, exactly. I don't think that that's going to be the case. This game is being played in Pittsburgh, which doesn't really mean a whole hell of a lot to anyone.
Acrisure Stadium.
Yeah, sure. Is that what it is now?
Yeah.
I don't even know. It'll always be Heinz Field to me, and it'll always be half empty when Pitt plays.
That is true.
Quick break. When we come back, we've gone through all these games. Now we need to make our picks. We'll do that coming up next. You are listening to the Hokie House pregame show on your local radio station and on the Voice of College Football page. We are ESPN Blacksburg.
So much coverage. Hey, if we were a jersey, we'd be triple XL.
ESPN Blacksburg, 93.1, 810, 97.1, and online at espnblacksburg.com.
Zeppeli's is proud to celebrate its 25th year anniversary, where they have been making house-made fresh pasta since 1996. Owners Chris Mullins and Cody Thompson are proud to continue the traditions of Zeppeli's today. They say they can't do it without their wonderful staff and guests. So stop by for some homemade ravioli, spaghetti, bread, desserts, and more. Lunch, dinner, or brunch, Zeppeli's is here for you. Zeppeli's also handles private events and all your catering needs, from weddings to tailgates. Zeppeli's.com. We make the pasta, you taste the difference.
Are you a runner? Have you experienced pain while running that impacts your ability to continue training? Hi, I'm Morgan Coral, and I'm one of the PTs at Core Physical Therapy here in Blacksburg. We offer personalized care that will address your specific needs as a runner and get you back to running as quickly but safely as possible. For more details, check out coreptblacksburg.com. Hope to run into you soon.
At the Sheeler Used Car Superstore, we appreciate you. And during our customer appreciation event, get more financing options, more value, and more selection. With over 1,500 used vehicles in one location and more arriving daily, the demand is high, and Sheeler is responding to keep plenty of used vehicles in stock. Have a trade? We need it. Your trade is still worth more on a motor mile, and we'll buy your vehicle even if you don't buy from us. With over 1,500 used vehicles available in one location, Sheeler is your one-stop for all makes and models. Cars, trucks, vans, SUVs. Many have miles in the teens, remaining factory warranties, and some are even local one-owner vehicles. 1,500. No other dealer in the area has that kind of selection. Need credit? Sheeler has financing options to get you driving today. Sheeler finances in-house, and we decide right now to get you approved. Don't miss our customer appreciation event going on now, with over 1,500 used vehicles available to choose from at the Used Car Superstore on the Sheeler Motor Mile, I-81 exit 118C in Christiansburg. Call 866-SHEELER1. Always open at Sheeler.com. Why start anywhere else?
When you're talking about a local community pharmacy, what are you talking about? You're talking about a professional who's at the top of their field, a person who spends time talking to you about your medicinal options and takes the time to explain how medicines work. Those traits are what makes Main Street Pharmacy different and allows them to surpass your normal expectations in what a pharmacy has to offer. If you want to experience what a local pharmacy can do for you, Main Street Pharmacy makes it very simple to transfer all of your prescriptions to them. Simply give them a call at 540-605-7721, and they'll take it from there. Main Street Pharmacy is located in downtown Blacksburg at 301 South Main. They offer free parking in their lot off Clay Street, as well as free delivery. Check out their website at msblacksburg.com. That's msblacksburg.com. Main Street Pharmacy. Our goal is to maximize your healthcare outcomes through personalized service.
But every now and then I want to give, I got to on my body with another hey, 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 hey. Yeah, we fancy like Applebee's on a date night. That's a Bourbon Street steak with the Oreo shake and some whipped cream on the top two. 2 straws, 1 check, girl, I got you. Bougie like Natty in the styrofoam. Sweet.
It's the Hokie House pregame show on your local radio station. We are ESPN Blacksburg. Penn State. Nobody cares about Penn State, Brendan. I don't know why you keep. It's not a thing. We got the Michigan Iowa game up here. That's what the people want to see. Who does Penn State even play today, Cody? Good grief. Hang on. Let me just look. We never do anything outside of the Indiana. ACC. They play Northwestern.
Same thing. No difference.
Yeah. And then Penn State has a bye because they have to get ready to take on the juggernaut that is Michigan on October the 15th.
Oh, no.
That's a maize out.
Oh.
That's a maize out.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. You want
I'm
me to loan you some maize? I have. What am I wearing here? What is this? Oh, would you look at that?
Oh, how convenient. You definitely didn't plan that at all.
Maybe a little bit. I might have dug around in my my T-shirt drawer.
Right.
Yep. I told Jeremy it's interesting.
Wait, you have to dig around in your T-shirt drawer to find a Michigan? You're not a fan?
Not really.
Whoa.
I got
all
an
of
entire
what's up with that?
T-shirt drawer is just Virginia Tech. Finally.
I told Jeremy, I said, oddly enough, if you go into the restrooms at the Big House, there are signs over top of every urinal that says, keep it in bounds, unlike Danny Cole. So I don't know what that's all about. It's it seems to be good grief.
If it was real, he would have taken a picture immediately, probably got tossed because he was taking a picture at the urinal.
That's
and
true.
He would have showed me immediately.
I would have
gladly
gladly taken the beat down for that and been tossed out to take that picture if it was legitimately a thing. So
My favorite, really quickly while we're on that topic, my favorite Lane Stadium bathroom moment.
Yes.
Years ago, we were playing East Carolina. I walk into the bathroom and some East Carolina fan yells, "We didn't come here to lose." And then some Hokies fan yells, "What the hell did you come here for then?"
I love it. We are live at Hokie House. So let me give you a rundown here on where we're at statistically speaking, because we have so many people kind of milling in and out for the pregame show. Right now, the way it stands, Mike McDaniel, who is currently packing to move into his new house, is in first place. He's got an .875 win percentage. He's 14-2 on the season. Second place is Andrew. He has got an .821 win percentage. Then you jump to, I believe it is Dave Perks with a .740 win percentage. Tim and I have a .736 win percentage. Jeremy, by virtue of trying to pick the opposite of basically everything Tim does, it's not really working out for him the way he had hoped it would. He is currently sitting at .473 for his win percentage.
Now it's working out exactly how I wanted it to.
Slightly below 500.
Yeah.
If he was a baseball player, he would be in the realm of the Mickey Mantles of the world.
Hey, sometimes it's right to be wrong, and I stand by all.
That's fair. That is fair. I can get behind that. Cody is 11-1. He's only picked once, so let's get
Should have
going.
been perfect. Purdue sold that game.
Hey,
I don't know how.
Let's do this. Currently, Boston College and Louisville. Let me get a score for you guys.
23-21 halftime.
23-21 halftime in favor of Louisville, right?
Another rushing touchdown from Malik Cunningham. He's got 3 now.
All right. I have Louisville. Dave?
I'll go with Louisville, too.
Okay. Cody?
Louisville.
Jeremy?
I've been saying BC all week. I'm going to stick with it.
All right. That seems like a bad idea.
It's a bad idea. It's terrible.
A terrible idea.
But here I am.
Wake Forest at Florida State. Jeremy?
I'm going to go with Wake.
Okay. Cody?
Florida State.
Okay. Dave Perks?
I'm going to go with Wake.
I also am going Wake Forest. Cody, chance for you to pick up some
the
points
devil.
here. I like it. Let's see. Wagner at Syracuse. Anyone want Wagner?
No.
You guys over here all bashing Syracuse, but nobody's willing to take Wagner.
We're bashing Syracuse, but it's Wagner.
Just saying. All right. NC State at Clemson. Jeremy.
NC State.
NC State. I like the pick. I went against it. I have Clemson. Cody?
Clemson. I want to think NC State's going to win, but I don't know.
I think the only difference is home field here. I think it's a close one, but Clemson wins.
All right. Death Valley comes through. Duke is taking on UVA at Duke. I have the Blue Devils, Dave Perks.
I hear both teams are breaking out, just like UNC, the bow tie chin straps for this game.
I'm
looking forward to seeing those, but I think Duke pulls this one out.
All right. Cody?
Duke.
Garbage. Jeremy?
Duke.
Wow. We're all going with Duke. Okay. Pittsburgh is taking on Georgia Tech at Pittsburgh. I have Pitt, Jeremy.
Yeah, Pitt.
All right, Cody?
Pitt, believe it or not.
Dave Perks.
It's not a decision. It's Pitt.
All right. And the game that we all care about, the reason why we are all here. Virginia Tech travels to North Carolina. 3:30 kickoff on the ACC network. Dave Perks, the voice of the fan.
Hokies.
All right. Cody.
UNC.
Jeremy.
Hokies. Cody.
I also am taking UNC. I've taken the Andrew Alex approach to this. If the Hokies win, great. If UNC wins, I'm sad, but great.
Yeah. That's probably the smartest decision Andrew's ever made.
That's right. I Jeremy, if this is the reason why I discuss you, we have to have a discussion about what disgusts you. All right, that'll do it for us. We are out of here. If you are looking for a great place to watch the game today, come on down to Hokie House. They'll have it on all the TVs at 3 o'clock. Plus, you know what? Here's the other thing. They're going to clean up after you. You don't have to worry about cleaning up after yourself. So come on out. Check out the game live at Hokie House today. For Dave, Jeremy, and Cody, I'm Paul Van Wagner. Thanks to Nick Broyden, our engineer. Enjoy the Hokies and UNC, and let's go Hokies.
If you can't be at the game,